So if you look to improve the quality of your strikes with clubs off the fairway, that's with your irons, your hybrids and your fairway woods, I want to bring you in on some really amazing insights I've just had from my personal mentor, Graham Walker, just one of the best coaches in the world. Ultimately, look, if you're struggling with ball striking off the fairway, this is likely what we're going to be seeing. You're struggling to maintain this right wrist angle, this trail wrist angle through the impact area. What you'll be probably seeing on camera is the club will be kind of almost releasing too early here, flicking on the way through. You'll be losing this trail arm. Now, a lot of players who come and see me, they know this. They've been even trying to hold this wrist angle, but none of it's working. In fact, if anything, when they do try it, it either goes right or they lose a lot of speed. That is because you're not doing it in a natural way. The best players achieve this incredibly naturally, and in this video what I want to do is I want to share with you a fantastic drill that's going to help you feel exactly what they do, so you can start to develop this more natural flowing golf swing whilst at the same time maintaining the correct wrist angle so you can strike that ball then the ground much more consistently. Before I do though, look, if you're new to the channel, it's been your first lessons of mine, please consider subscribing. I release videos just like this one every single week to try and help you improve your game. But you never have to remember a thing. Everything we do here, I'll put into a free downloadable practice guide in the description box below. So I don't know if you're the same, but I have a number of students come and see me and they often say, look, one day I've got it, I'm striking it really good, but then the next day I seem to have lost it and I have absolutely no idea how to get it back again. And you know, we all have that, don't we? But I always love, if we've got some form of reset, a drill that can help us generate feelings of what creates a great strike, I think that for me gives me a sense of security, and it certainly does my students. This is what this drill does. It's going to be hopefully your reset, the thing to come back to if you ever feel like you're losing that strike. Super simple. So let's get started. So this drill is easy to set up. You get yourself set up here in a normal setup position with a ball position, a good club width. I've got like a 7-iron here, a good club width inside my lead heel. You could even move it a bit further back if you want. Why? Because look, we want the bottom of your golf swing after the golf ball. And as we know, this is the bottom of the golf swing here. So if the ball is behind that position, we know we're increasing our chances of striking that ball first. We tick that box, right? Now, the next thing I want you to do is take the grip down the golf club here. So just slide your trail hand down the golf club. Then what I want you to do is just practice setting the club right in front of you here. Now what this is doing is very cleverly, it's doing a couple of things. Can you see how my trail elbow here now is pointing towards my hip? It's folded. Now this is smart because what it does is most people don't. Most people, this trail elbow is moving out here. It then gets pulled behind him in the backswing here. They get into all kinds of positions, which makes the golf swing incredibly complicated and almost impossible to repeat. So as soon as you've done this here, you're getting a sensation of this right elbow having to fold very naturally, right? From here, all I'm going to do is continue to let it fold all the way back. So the right elbow now is naturally folding, again, helping the club swing beautifully backwards. You don't have to try. The next bit is also amazing. From here, I want you to pump this club straight back down here until the hands are opposite that trail thigh. Why is this so good? It does, again, a couple of things. It's helping you to trace the club straight back down to the golf ball here, keeping this trail shoulder in play. Why is this important? Because now all I've got to do, look, is just beautifully turn onto the golf ball and I've got natural compression. Most people never get there. Apart from not getting into a good backswing, let's say they did get into a good backswing. From here, look, they will throw those wrist angles away. They'll throw their trail shoulder at the golf ball here. And again, look, we're into this kind of chicken wing, flicky position. Now, there's one thing more that's amazing about this drill, which we're going to go in a second, which is the club head. But just for now, let's just go through a shot and hit a shot doing this. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to get myself set here. Get myself comfortable, grip down this golf club, set the club, work it back, set it back down here, come back into a position, make a swing, and then hit this shot. So we're training this sensation, we're training this, how this trail side beautifully works to help you create that compression. So let me hit a shot doing exactly that. Get myself set, trail hand down the club, set the club up here, work it back, fire it back down here, move the hands back together here, and away we go. But the drill doesn't stop there. There's one thing, apart from the inability of a golfer to naturally fold this trail arm on the way back, The other factor that often was a huge factor which will affect your strike is where the orientation of your club face is as it's coming down. Most of the time, and I'm talking 80% of golfers, maybe even 90% of golfers who struggle with ball striking, when they come down, this club face is wide open. You can often see it because their wrists here, this lead wrist is really cupped. If their face is wide open, if I was to create beautiful shaft lean to strike that ball first, where's the face pointing now? Way out to the right. So because, you know, we're more talented than we realize, you do a great job of squaring that face, but in squaring it, you're squaring it too late. Now we get this flicky, horrible strike. So how can we combine this drill to help you achieve or kill two birds with one stone? Again, very, very simple. We take ourselves set up here. We fold this club into position here. Now look at my trail hand. My trail hand is on top of the golf club here, right? It's just slightly on top here, almost palm facing slightly down. Not underneath where most people would be. From here, look, as I fold this back, I am now feeling, look, like I'm punching this straight down. My hand is there. What a wonderful feeling this is, because it's going to help you feel where that face is. Now, for a lot of my students, they go, this is a brand new feeling. They go, God, that feels like I'm really on top of it. Yes, because on top now, that allows you, look, to put that pressure on that ball and give it an almighty strike. So it's pretty straightforward. And again, this is something you can keep returning to time and time again. So let's put that one in action now before we work on the final step. So get myself set here. Slide my hand down the golf club. Set that club in position, right? Feel it. Slowly let that trail elbow naturally fold. You could almost imagine the trail hands almost feel like it's pointing to the sky. But this is the key bit. Bang. I'm really feeling that palms in place here, my elbows in place, I'm parallel to the ground here. Everything's come beautifully down here. What I haven't done, look, is released and moved over. I've just got myself there. All I do from there, look, is just beautifully turn onto that golf shot. Simple as that. Or is it? It really is so good, such a lovely feeling. Let's have a crack at this one more time before we work on step number 3. And that is absolutely ripped. Ball, turf, strike, loved it. So sometimes when you're working on your game, you can start to get a little bit rigid. You can start to almost you're working on these drills, but you start to get wooden. I don't want you to do that. At no stage do I want you to be holding on to any wrist angles. I want that club to be fully and freely releasing. You've done the hard work by getting this club now into a great slot here. I want you to let that absolutely rip. And one of the exercises I'll often give my students is ultimately the stop quick exercise. It's a favorite of Tommy Fleetwood's. And ultimately what it does is this. You practice and you make a swing and you stop it really fast. You stop the club from going all the way through here. And what it does is as you stand stop quick, your body kind of braces for impact and the club gets thrown. So ultimately you're releasing those wrist angles. It's really important. Most people don't. Most people don't brace for impact and they throw their bodies at it. And if you do that, that's when all of this starts to happen, right? So we want those wrist angles naturally releasing beautifully through the shot. And the simplest way to do that to start with is once you've got this feeling here, really imagine stopping that club as quickly as you can. And now suddenly, see where my wrist angles look, are fully released through the shot. My body's braced for impact. That is what's going to create the strike and the speed. So at no stage am I ever holding those wrist angles. I've developed the feel and now I'm letting them completely release. Now I've got a much more detailed video on how to do this swing fast, stop quick exercise, which will take you step by step because it's an absolute brilliant one. I'll put that right here. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, maybe share it with one of your friends. And of course, look, if you're new to the channel, press that subscribe button right down here and I'll see you next week.